Okay, there we go. I unplugged the speakers and it gives me sound. You hear me now? Sound. Okay, good. Good, good, good. Give me 1 second here. I just want to fix a couple things. That's better. That's much better. Probably looks a lot better too. Okay, how's everybody doing tonight? But you guys know I went to the. I said last night I was going to the Sport and Outdoors show. Well, I come back. Didn't find as much as I thought I was going to find, but I did find a couple of things I think you guys might find useful. Um, there's a lot there to see. Got some information from a couple state parks. Found out who I need to call for one of them. I've been looking for a map of Hillman State Park here in Pennsylvania. The whole thing about it is there's no map on their website, and nobody had a map there for it. There we go. Okay. And the thing about it is I think it's an undeveloped park. It's just south of Raccoon. Raccoon's pretty much on the southern border of Beaver County, the county I live in, and Hillman is just across the border in Washington County. But I think it's an undeveloped park, which it didn't means they didn't do anything with it. Which also tells me that there's probably a lot of reserves of some sort underneath that park that they don't want people getting. I won't say getting close to, but they don't want to tip their hand either. Yeah, because Raccoon Creek State Park, there's been a couple places in that park when I was hiking through it that coal is literally pushing up through the trail tread. It's not like somebody dropped it there. It's actually pushing up because the more coal you move out of the trail, the more you find coming up. So it's the coal is very close to the ground surface there. Um, some of the other things, I didn't grab anything this year, but I got some ideas. Is there's a company there is making little hunting shacks. They'll come, you pay them, they'll come and they'll set it up for you. Hillman, Hillman State Park. Um, oh, the coal is a great resource. Um, well, I'm thinking about doing. I haven't done it yet, but I'm thinking about doing some of these places I go into. I maybe take a small bucket or something small to carry it in, and whatever coal I find, I'm going to throw in there and bring it back with me. But getting back to what I was saying about the hunting shacks, is I got the idea. I've seen the one hunting shack they had. It's up 10 foot tall and has an open bottom. But when you get up and into it, it's big enough to set a cot in there. You can put a little buddy heater or some kind of heating source in it. Has windows all the way around the thing, and that gave me an idea. Not to do now. Somewhere in, um, yeah, I know. See, I've I seen it on the map. I've been interested in Hillman. Just to finish up with Lumslayer there. I've seen Hillman's. Hillman looks interesting, except there's no map on it because I was trying to get a little bit of research on that to see if there's any trails in it. What I think I may do is I may go back to Google Earth and see if I can see in Google Earth, see if there's any roads that go into it, any clearings in it, and go from there. But back to the hunting shack. That wouldn't be a bad idea for back around the where I want to do the shelter at. Not now, but somewhere in the future. Do like maybe a 12 by 12 platform up in the air, like maybe 8 foot, and then down below it, instead of having displayed out legs where they just set it on the ground, Hey, P2E, how you doing, prepping? I'll straighten the legs up and sink them in the ground and do like a 12 by 12 box, and encase the lower part of it too. Put the windows in down there and up top, and the stairs that go up top will be on the inside. It can be a hunting shack slash shelter of some sort. Just an idea I'm kicking around. And if I did that, I could probably put like a little wood burner in the downstairs part of it. And you're going to have 144 square feet down here, 144 square feet up here. If you leave the door open and you run the wood burner, you could probably heat both levels fairly efficiently. Um, they had like a little trout pond there, which I never do. Hey, Nina. I never do the trout pond because there's like everybody's dragging their kid over to do the trout pond, and they're pretty much you catch them and they unhook them and they throw them back in. You don't keep them, but whatever you catch, it's always like kids' prizes. So let the kids have fun with that. And they also had for there for the kids were some you can look for semi-precious rocks. You buy a bag of sand, you throw the bag of sand into the sifter, and sifter's running the water, and you kind of shake it, and sand hits the water, runs out, and you're left with semi-precious stones. And that's another kids thing. Let them do their thing. Keeps the kids happy. Um, I know Lowe's has them. See, the whole thing about it is with the plans I'm making for those buildings. I could probably build it for one quarter what I at least one quarter, if not less, what I can buy it off of Lowe's for. And the other thing is if they come to set it up, they're not going to want to set it up 400 yards into the woods. That's what kept me from actually pricing out those hunting stands. Because these guys will go if you want to put it along the edge of a field or something, they have no problem with that. But if you want to set this thing off in the middle of the woods, we're gonna have an issue. That's a lot cheaper too. I got the same problem with the pop up as you would with them delivering a shoulder back there. I have no way to get it from point A to point B. It's been into my family now for 160 years, so that's the plan. I'm the fourth generation to live on this land, so some of the other things I ran into as soon as I find the cards here. There's a lot of veteran organizations out there that take disabled 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 veterans hunting. Um, they had, they had a ton of stuff out there like that. I mean, a ton of it. I was looking for a business card and I can't find it, but is this it? No, that's one for my chiropractor. No big deal. But hey, Papa. Some of the stuff I did find some stuff out there that I thought would be useful that I didn't have yet. Another thing, there's a couple people selling optics there. I found a guy that's local to me that sells. It seems to me some pretty decent optics. The thing that really impressed me that was their rangefinder. They had a rangefinder that used day or night. Had three different. Oh, that's right. I forgot about them. About the Amish folks. Now we'll see. As I said, this is way down in the future, so not anything remotely close to this time. So, but some of the other things that were there is they had a wild animal show there. Um, they had some interesting things there this year. They had a camel this year, which is it's a camel. I've seen camels before, been around camels before. They had a monkey, a little spider monkey. He's funny. But the thing I liked the most that they had out there, they had also had these African porcupines, meh. But they had a black Alaskan timber wolf up there. He was huge and he was beautiful. Didn't really like looking at him in the cage because the only thing he did, he got bored and would just start walking around the cave. Hey, cave. But the wolf was beautiful. Um, they also had a bit. I didn't talk to them either, but they had some Bigfoot hunters there, Sasquatch hunters. I was going to talk to them. I'm like, eh. But all in all, it was a decent day. But we'll start off with one of the things I bought here, and we'll start with this. This here is a clip-on for the shoulder straps of your backpack for a GoPro, and these are up. I'll put the website in here in a minute. These are made by Clackett, and what you do, I've got some other ones here, but I can show you a better one here. This doesn't have the GoPro mount, but if you take a look at that, you see his teeth on the inside? To each their own. That's why I say, because there's a couple things that happen to me in the woods that I can't quite explain. But it is what it is. Each their own. But getting back to these have these spikes in. What you do is you take this and you click it onto, like this. You click it onto your the strap of your backpack, and then once you click that on with the GoPro mount, I can use this, mount the GoPro, and go mount it up here. I also have a chest rig, but if you don't want to run a chest rig, because it's kind of hard to run a chest rig with the backpack on. I also have the hat rig too, but I think this might work a little bit better because I can on your chest be a little bit more steadier. But along with this, one of the next things I got, also from Clackett, is this. This is another thing, and same type of deal. But with these, this is actually MOLLE gear. Can't really see the straps too well, but this is MOLLE gear. You run this, you put this on, actually run through it like this, so this tab's in the back, and you click this on your backpack if you don't run MOLLE. But see, I run MOLLE, so I can just use it as regular MOLLE gear and use this for something else. And this here this is for water bottle. So let me just get this all done up here. And you take your water bottle. Hey, Josh. Take a water bottle, slide it in, take this little piece. Make sure you get it around both sides of get this that strap on both sides of your water bottle here and here. Click it in, now you're good to go. So I don't have to have my MOLLE bag. Like my camera bag is basically a backpack, but it's not MOLLE compatible. So I can use this Clackett stuff to actually put my water bottle like right here, maybe something else right here. But that's the first one. See, I'm a sucker for MOLLE. You show me something that's MOLLE, I'm just like, oh, I want that. Oh, not too bad, Justin. Yourself? What's up, Jay? The next one I got, same deal. You probably see the straps a little bit better on this. Another little MOLLE deal. This is for your smartphone. Same type of deal for strap on your backpack here. soon as I find where I put my phone at. But you put this on, you can put your phone in it, carry your phone right there. Then the last thing I got is I got this little pocket deal. It can be used for just about anything. And let me see. Let me try to find that. There it is. I'm gonna put if you guys would be. Yeah, I know the feeling, Pete, prepping. I know the feeling. I see Molly gear they don't have yet. I'm like, must get Molly gear. Must get Molly gear. But here's the website for that stuff. It'd be so if you guys be interested, and they have a bunch of other stuff too. So I mean, I'm not endorsed by them. I'm not just showing you what I found. So, but if you guys would be interested, if some of you guys run Molly gear, or if you just have a backpack, you want to add a couple things to it, that may just be a good way for you to go. Oh, there you go. And see those IFAC pouches? When you get into Molly gear, those IFAC pouches, you could pretty much find about 1,000,000,010 uses for them because they have like little this, that, and the other thing inside of them. So, what's up, crypto? The next thing, I didn't get anything from them, but I was talking about Osprey Global Optics or scopes. I found a rangefinder through these guys that they have three. The rangefinder has 3 different settings of infrared on it. You could zoom it in and out. Use it as a rangefinder both day and night, or a spotting scope or what have you. I mean, it has about a million. I won't say 1,000,010, but it has more than one set of uses to it. And I found that for $350, and it is decent infrared. I didn't have the money to pick it up today, but I'm thinking about picking it up sometime here in the near future. And the sales rep for these guys is like local to me too. So, but here's a website for those guys. Then there are a couple other things there. I was talking to Jenny Jacob. She works for Lawrence County Visitors Bureau. Why, thank you, Keith. That's the first time somebody actually complimented me on my glasses. I thank you. But I do a lot of my photography up at McCall's Mills in Lawrence County. Plus, I've done photography in a couple other places too. So I may be getting a hold of her in the near future to do some more photography around the county there. Blue Line Bow Hunters were there again this year too, and these guys they support law enforcement officers, veterans, and conservationists. They're just a really good group of guys, and there's some seminars there. I was going to go to some of the seminars. See, what happened was I got there. I was there for about 2 hours. I was actually getting ready to go to a seminar, and one of my infamous headaches started kicking in while I was there. No, I've not shot lightning at night as of yet because I have not found a good place to do it around here. The thing with that is the lightning at night for me around here, there's only a couple, 2, 3 places where I can actually get a good long field of view. What's up, FLP? and actually get access to it before the storm gets there, it either turns into a logistical nightmare, or I'm not allowed to be there after dark. One of the two. One place is actually both. Yeah, pretty much, Jay. You really got to lead that if you want to try to hit it with something other than light. But all in all, it was a good time. Hey, you're fine. You're fine, Southern. I'm going to start calling you Southern Ohio instead of Grumpy. So, but yeah, you. So I was at Southern Ohio Prepping's live stream earlier. It was a good live stream, and I didn't have a chance to leave you a comment, Southern. But if you look on your Facebook, I left you about 12 waterfall pictures with a couple bonus pictures thrown in. So if you look there, I didn't want I gave you forewarning. Like my first message, I gave forewarning. So I'm going to give you about 12 pictures. But most of those pictures, I gave you the picture. I gave you a little brief description on each one of them, like what it is or what's going on or what have you. So you've got some waterfall pictures anyway. But all in all, it was a good time. I mean, and I didn't really get much. Looked at a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff that I look at was the same stuff that's been there for about the last 10 years. So I just kind of walk right past it and keep on going. Hey, Pat. Oh, you're fine, Pat. I didn't start that long ago. I only started about 20 some minutes ago. So you're all good. So I think for about the rest of the time, it's open chat. What do you guys want to talk about? Oh, anytime, man. Anytime. Enjoy the pictures. Actually, I didn't go to the Army Navy store today. I went to the Sport and Outdoor show. Um, but the last time I was at the Army Navy store, which was on my route, I got a 70/30 wool blanket, and I got one of them little pickaxe about this long. Actually, I need to stop back. I was going to go last weekend, but since Backwoods couldn't go, I ended up going to REI instead. And when I was at REI, I picked up what did I pick up? I picked up a new compass. I got a Bruton compass, um, and a couple other just stupid odds and ends. So, and I think, yeah, I got a waterfall book too. Different waterfalls in Pennsylvania. So I got another good waterfall book. Yeah, I was hoping they'd have 100%. Oh, it is very warm, and the way I'm kind of glad I didn't. I was actually looking for 100% wool, but the 70/30 blend should work just almost just as good. The other thing about it is when it gets wet, it's not going to quite have the same insulative properties as 100% wool would have, but still would have insulated properties. So, oh, thank you. And Springfield Falls is rather interesting for the fact that they used the falls at Springfield Falls because the pictures I sent Southern Ohio prepping year, is I also sent them pictures of the iron furnace ruins. What they did is they had a water wheel there, and they ran the water off the waterfall onto the water wheel, and the water wheel powered a bellows that worked as the blast for the iron furnace. This was back about mid 1800s. So most of the stuff at that time was, excuse me there, most of the stuff at that time, they would either manpower it or water power it, but it was hardly ever. And not until you get into late 1800s, early 1900s, do you see like the hit and miss engines in the tractors powering a fan or a bellows to power the blast for those pig iron furnaces. So I've run those waterfalls. I found there's a couple of those waterfalls. I found a couple other interesting things going on around them. So, like the other one, he didn't. I don't know. Did you get to the? Oh, which one is it? The one just on the Ohio border. Quakertown Falls. Quakertown Falls is inaccessible anymore. They closed that one to the public. It was actually on a quasi private ground. It wasn't exactly private ground, but it wasn't exactly public ground. It was just kind of there, and people knew where it was. Well, they fenced it off, so you can't even get into it anymore. I have like one of the last pictures, one of the last series of pictures of it. But that was kind of interesting. What you're talking about, that is one thing I'm going to be doing this year coming up soon. I could share some of the pictures with you from McConnell's Mills. um, the Quakertown Falls, I believe it's owned by a drilling company now because they put a platform in not too far from it. Or that's who fenced it off. It was fenced off by somebody that was drilling a well back there. In fact, that falls there, Quakertown Falls, is on the Ohio Pennsylvania border, right on Route 224, not 422, 224. And see, that's one thing that's on my list of things to get is I don't want to get a freeze dryer. I want to get a dehydrator, just for making meals. I won't say making meals, but getting some things ready to go hiking. And the reason I want the dehydrator is I want to pull as much. I can do it with the freeze dryer too. I just don't have the money for a freeze dryer, so I have to go the next step, which would be dehydrator, which is in my price range. But basically, what I want to do is any food that I want to take with me, I can dehydrate, get the moisture out of it, and once I get the moisture out of it, I can get the weight out of it. Oh, I was going to look into Thrive too, because Thrive sells by the bulk, and I can kind of just dip out what I need, go that way. So that Thrive is still an idea too. See, I was thinking about making a sun oven. I'm still thinking about making a reflector oven, which is a little bit different than the sun oven. The reflector oven is you set the reflector oven by the fire, and it uses the heat of the fire to cook with. Um, Not exactly sure what I'm going to make it out of yet, but the one idea I had is you could buy these about this long, about that deep, rectangular cake pans or like brownie pans at the Dollar Tree, $1 a piece. I would need 5 of them. I'd have one like this, one like this, one like this. They're kind of like clamshelled into each other, so you could kind of open them up, and then 2 more for the sides to act as like a bolt everything to. And that would be the size, and I'd keep everything nice and stiff so you could actually do some baking on it. Okay, Gibson, that is very good to know. That is very good to know. I will say this, Nina, you're kicking ass at those. You have what, 2 100s and a 96 so far? There ain't nothing to sneeze at. You're kicking ass at, kicking ass, definitely kicking ass. But yeah, with the sport and outdoor show, get just kind of touching base on that again. It was good. It's what I expected it to be. It's just about the same thing every year. Um, it's one of those things. It's just like anymore. I don't go to see what's. I go to see what's new because the new stuff to me anymore, since I've been there so many times, it sticks out like a sore thumb. I go a lot to actually talk to people now. Okay, Papa, I have seen that book before. I was thinking about picking it up, and I never did. So I may pick that up now. I did pick up another book that FLP was talking about that I found very interesting. I actually wanted to get both of them, but I ended up only with the one book. Give me 1 second. I got this one here. This is very interesting, and some of the stuff in here, some of the plants they have for some of the cabins in here are a lot cheaper than what I thought they'd be. Now they don't give you a price range, but just what they used. The one plant in here starts with a Quonset hut, and Quonset huts aren't really that expensive. It's how you where the expense comes is how you fill them out. But the Quonset hut itself, to start off with, isn't really that big of a deal. The only problem around here is trying to find a municipality that will let you live in a Quonset hut. But I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff in here. There you go. It's called Compact Cabins. Okay, I think you should have it by now, Keith. But it's a very interesting book, and I thank FLP for showing that. And with Papa Truck Prepstetter there, I think next time I go in there, I'm gonna look for that practical projects for self sufficiency. That actually looks like it will be a very interesting book. Like as I said, is if you look right there, that's only about one half of my library, and that goes from up there that top shelf the whole way to the floor, and the one next to it's about the same. Oh, okay. No, the one thing I did do, there's a couple organizations I gave a couple donations to. One was the for wounded veterans. They have a project where I take them hiking, and they're selling chances to actually get more money to build another. Um, oh, no problem, backwoods. I get the same thing happens to me every once in a while, but they're looking to get funds to build another off-road wheelchair. Now, when I talk about off-road wheelchair, this thing actually sits on probably about 4 foot tank tracks, and it could go just about anywhere. It runs on car batteries and electric motors, and they've tested these things out long before. So they worked all the bugs out before the guys ever get on them. So, but these things will go just about anywhere. And I'm sitting there telling the guy, I'm like, I wouldn't want to buy one because I wouldn't want to take one away from a wounded vet. But I'd love to build one of those things because they actually look like fun. That those things actually look like fun. But the other one I gave a donation to was a Weeblo pack. A Weeblo pack was there along with the Boy Scouts and the Cub Scouts, but the Weeblo pack was the one that actually had the space. I gave them a donation too because hey crankbait. I gave them a donation too because I was a Boy Scout way back when. I came up from Cub Scouts with the Weeblos, made most of the way through Boy Scouts, so I gave them a donation too. And I mean, it was a good time was had by all. Let's put it that way. But I think the next time I head out that way, maybe to go to the Army Navy stores, I'm going to try to get out there on a Saturday early enough that I can hit the Army Navy store. And I know of an antique store that's not that far from there. That's on my route. So I may go from an Army Navy store, backtrack my route a little bit, and go to that antique store too. In fact, if because I had that thought when I came back, if the Daytona 500 wasn't on yesterday, that's the one sporting event I watch every year. Just that one. But if that wasn't on tomorrow, I'd actually consider going back out there. But I don't miss Daytona. As I said, I allow myself one sporting event a year, and that one's it. It helps keep this in good shape. It's I find with just about anything, whether it's my photography, prepping, planning out hikes, my work schedule, what have you, is you got to take a couple hours a week to yourself just for a diversion and just let the mind stop for a little bit. Just let it stop, relax, do what you need to do. Oh, awesome backwoods. There you go. It's about the same for me. Um, the thing with it is I have not missed a Daytona 500 since 1979. No, I didn't, Smith and Wesson. I haven't missed the Daytona 500 since 1979, and that's the only race that I'll actually take time to watch. Because other than that, the segmented racing, the chase, all these new rules, blah 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 blah, you kind of mess it up for me too. I'll just kind of watch the beginning of the year just to see like, okay, and then I go on with my life. That's what I'm hoping for, moms. See, I okay, backwoods. See, my thing is my mind never stops. It just never stops. So I'll sit down and just do something like that every now and again, just to try to let it slow down a little bit. And I'll guarantee you, like I'll be watching Daytona 500. I'll have this on, and I'll probably be working on something while the race is on. I can almost guarantee you that. I don't just sit there and veg. I'll sit there for about at the start of the race, and after about 10 minutes after the start of the race, I'll be like, okay, race is on over there. I'll do a couple things over here, and I'll just start doing this. But I'm not going full tilt on this. I'm not going full tilt on that. I just kind of find a zone and do my thing. And my thing when it comes to motorsports, I can't even find on TV anymore. So I like rally, WRC rally. That's my motorsport. That's the one I like. I'll find like a blurb of it every once in a while on YouTube. On YouTube, a little video here, a little video there. And that's how I kind of sort of keep up with it now. You okay, Backwoods? Or are you having a stroke? What's up, Tubi? Sorry about that, Backwoods. I didn't know you spoke coffee. I wouldn't never have said that. But you still here, FLP? I'll show you a couple things I got here real quick. I got these things called Clackett. Which, well, Backwoods will probably like these things too. So I'll show these things again, just a couple of them. I got these things here, which are which are MOLLE compatible, but they come with these things here, which you take one of these, slide it through the top. See if I can get there we go. Slide through the top of your little MOLLE bag here, or your MOLLE container, or what have you. So it's like this. You put it on your backpack, some of them may not be MOLLE compatible. Oh, they had a lot of good stuff there, Smith & Wesson. I got contact there to get me some good infrared optics too, so I'm hooked up. But for your backpack strap that comes down here, you can take this, you slide your backpack strap through that there, and it has these little teeth on it. You put it on here, you cinch it down so those teeth kind of grab into your strap there, and now you got this here, and they also come with these other ones here too. I didn't show you guys these. This will go in the bottom of it to keep it from flopping around as you're walking, so you could stabilize this too. But as I said, what they sell there is MOLLE compatible, which is I run MOLLE. So, but I have options now when I go to carry my camera bag, which is not MOLLE. And along with these, see, these ones here have this little deal on the bottom here. And what I'm thinking about doing here is I'm going to rig up something like a little strap that runs through this. No, I don't think she knows that I run her, but when she finds out, I'll probably have a big red shaped hand on this side of my face right here. But I'll put a strap on here with a hook of some sort. Hey, South, that I could instead of put it on my strap on my backpack strap like this, I'll put it on like this with this, and I can hang my camera on it, like a way to hang my camera and keep it from swinging around all over the place. And I got plenty of that because I still run with the neck strap. And what I want to do is I just want to just hang it up there to get the pressure off the neck strap because that camera's heavy. And if you just let it on the neck strap all day, even if you pick it up every now and again, just to keep it from swinging around, it will start to hurt your neck. Yes, I am pals with Molly. I got this Molly and the rest of its cousins, along with Molly's pouch. You might as well just say I'm married to Molly, okay? Okay, Gibson. I've heard of that too. But in military terms, they had the Alice Pack, which I do believe the Alice Pack was about Vietnam, maybe World War II to Vietnam era, if I remember correctly. And Molly is the more current, what they use now. Okay. 70s, early 90s was the Alice then, correct, Backwoods? Because I have a little bit of Alice gear here too. In fact, okay, I got something else I can show you guys because anybody who runs Alice or used to run Alice and switched over to Molly gear, you see, I haven't really played with pals yet, but I got it. Hey, Rosanna. But those that have Alice that switched to Molly, I found these little things too. I found these at the gun show. Okay, this here, I showed you guys this before. This here is an axe cover or an axe blade cover for a Alice pack. But I have this adapter here that can run it on Molly. So, and these adapters, when I went to the gun show, I think these things only ran me about $2 a piece. So if you're thinking about switching to Molly, or you have switched to Molly, but some stuff you can only find in Alice, you still have an option. Night, Nina. But I think I had a pretty decent haul today. And I didn't go and blow all my money there like I usually do. So I still came back with most of my money. What? Good boy. Dude just woke up. He's standing there looking at me like, dude, really? Oh, okay, he's going back to sleep. Night, night, Bob. He's a good boy. Yeah, he's a good boy. Yes, he is. That'd be interesting. Well, if you see me come on Tuesday, I'm covered in bruises and clips. These little black clips. You'll know what happened. I have one of these black clips like right here on my ear. I'm like, hey, hi, how you doing? You know. But I think with the camera bag, I'm probably mess around with some of that. Malice clips. Never heard of those. Or is that another one of the Molly to Alice conversion things there? Or adapters? Okay, I'll do that. Malice clips. Okay. Okay, I will. Oh yeah, and that's one thing with those guys. If you get one of those things in a trap, unless you got about 4 or 5 big strong dudes there, you're going to want to get up, get on it, and dispatch that thing as fast as possible. Because if not, now you're in for a fight. Actually, not much. My camera bag's right there, so. I mean, that's the camera bag right there. Oh, okay. I know you're talking about now, Smith and Wesson. Okay, but that's the bag there. I have this here on the side of it, and this actually in this I have my tarp, about 100 feet of paracord, and a couple of different ways to make fire. A little bit, just a little bit smaller than that. But the inside of it, don't want to tilt it too far, but that's the inside of it right there. So, I mean, the inside of it's already set up. And I'm currently, I was looking at a couple other places. I was actually looking for a camera bag about this size, backpack, that's also MOLLE compatible. I've not seen such an animal made as of yet. And that's one of the reasons why I got this Clackett stuff, that I could carry some. I don't have to, like when I take my camera on a hike with me, I give up some things to take the camera. This way, I could with this Clackett system, I could get some of those things back. Now, there's a couple other options that I have. I found a backpack place that they have Velcro on the inside of their pack, and I could probably use what I have there. But what I don't like about their pack is that is padded all the way around. That camera's surrounded all sides by padding, and I lose a lot of that padding with that pack. With the other one with the Velcro on sides that's MOLLE compatible, and losing that padding and if it wasn't my camera, I'd experiment with it. I wouldn't say if it was my camera, if it's anything but my camera, I'd experiment around with it. But that's a little bit too much money for me to use as a guinea pig. Actually, I was looking for one of those. I think I got something close to that I actually use for my get home bag right now. I can't remember the liter of it, but it's about 3 times the size of my camera bag here. Has like about medium sized bucket and like a super large bucket on it, and has a couple other pouches on the outside. And I could order more stuff sustainment packs to put on it all the way around it too. So okay, I see what you're saying there, Jay. I see what you're saying. Okay. Now that's a possibility. Um, my hiking pack is also big enough. I could probably do that with it. Okay. And see, I'm not even gonna be carrying that much because if I take my camera in the woods with me, it's not staying overnight. Let's put it that way. I'm going in, going to be out for a while, a good part of the day maybe, and coming back. Crypto. I have a Canon 60D DSLR. I mean, it's it's a it's a beautiful camera. Like this is the camera I'm using right now. Canon 60D. I got I can never remember this one. The 18 by 135 millimeter lens on this has a pretty decent zoom. This is my multi-purpose lens right here. I could do actually decent macros with this too. That's your miniature or your close-up photography. To I can zoom in, but I can't really reach out and touch anything. But still, this is a very nice lens to have. It's very multi-purpose. Um, this is fully digital. This will also take movie pictures too, which I eventually want to learn how to do with this. Something ain't feeling quite right here. But okay. Yeah, in fact, I need to throw the battery on the charger. It's been a while since I used this. Um, yeah, this lens here has autofocus and it has I run it with stabilizer on, but I run the autofocus off. But this is my photography rig right here with one of the three lenses I got. I got another one that's called the Nifty 50. It's just a 50 millimeter. It's only about that big, has no zoom on it. That one I run on autofocus all the time. That's the only one that I run on autofocus too. So, and then I have the one that's a little bit longer. It's about 300 millimeter. Goes out to here when I zoom, and it goes about out to here, and that's when I use to reach out and touch stuff. So, but this is a very nice camera to have. They're well beyond this now. I think they're on the either 80 or 90D. So this is a couple of generations old now, and I only got this about 7 years ago. You let go. Let go. Don't mind me. My snake boot and my camera bag was having a little bit of an argument there. Actually, I missed that comment here. Hang on here. I think we may be able to come up with a deal here. Just let me think about that for a little bit here, Tim. So I'll get back to you on that. But we've reached 1 hour here, so I'm going to call it done for tonight. But I thank you guys for coming. Love you all, and I hope you guys all have a good night. I'll probably see you guys again probably Tuesday night. So y'all have a good night. I'll talk to y'all later. All right, night all.